Hello, lacrosse friends, and welcome to the 2026 Three Nations Senior Lacrosse League Championship Finals. Clark Peterson has the ball for the Akwesasne Bucks, wearing their orange with the with the black shoulder caps at Sky Sunday. They are up against the Snake Island Muskies, the defending President's Cup champions. There's the ball over to Forrest and Keeley. They get it to Torrin Eccleston. Eccleston spins. He's watched by Chris Willman. Pick coming from Keeley. That shot late in the 30s, stopped by Nick Damoud between the pipes. As usual, for the Snake Island Muskies at the other end, Saga Thompson preparing to face his first shot. Skylar Thomas may be thinking about it, but he will hang on for a second. Now flips it up to Joe Hall. Tanner Cook is wearing the 12. Cook with 10 points in their two-game sweep of the Capital Region Axemen. Now he's going to get the pick and roll feed and the save by Saga Thompson. Jake Gasparetti takes off with it. Joey Gasparetti is out. He did have a bit of a lower body injury back in the early playoffs and has not been playing since. They're also missing Sean Evans, a big missing piece for the Bucks, at 12 points in their three-game win over Ganawage Mohawks in the semifinals. Howie Francis tracking that one down, heads up to not pick it up, and then pretty nice little grab on Jerry Stotts to not let Stotts get over there so Clark Peterson can't collect this ball. Big game for the Bucks. They're going to be losing three of their players and a coach and their head coach on Friday because of the Pan Am Field Championships. We'll get into more of that. That is down in South America. Delayed penalty coming. Keeley will rip it to I think it was heading to the back door. They've got 8 to shoot. Lots of time. Sky Sunday fires it. Just about took out Eccleston. That's going to roll over and back. Oh, it was touched, but they're going to run out of time on the 30. Oh, it is a fresh 30, so it did touch Damoud or the net. And there's the first goal. Howie Francis right in front. Francis with a couple of goals in the semifinal win, and he gets the Bucks off to a great start here. So huge that it ticked Damoud earlier, and they get the reset as Howie Francis will slide into the middle. You see, actually the defender actually goes around him and kind of lets him through. Not sure why.
Score number 83, Howie Francis.
So Francis gives them the early lead, and the Bucks will look to continue. So they are going to try and make the most of their full lineup tonight. Fairly full. Keeley, sidearm rip. Stop there, scooped up. Off goes Adam Bomberry. Gets it ahead and they'll slow things down. Caleb Mallion is going to hand it off the offense. Cook. Nice pass through, but the stop by Saga Thompson. Wide open look there for Curtis Conley in transition. Snake Island is missing Nathan Grennan, who is suspended for this game after a headbutting incident in the semifinals. That's going to be an illegal pick. It looked like Brian Rice was diving into the legs of Eccleston. No, he was checked into him. Thanks, everyone, for being with us. Hope you enjoy this game. It's a good start. Skylar Thomas missed some games late in the season, but he was pretty sharp in the semis. 5 goals, 4 assists for 9 points. And there's Challen Rogers. Didn't score much. Had 1 goal in the 2-game semis, but did have 5 assists. Akwesasne had to go to 3 games to beat Ganawage. Went to Ganawage and won 9-2 in the opener. Looked fantastic. And then Ganawage Mohawks came down and played a very strong road game here at the Turtle Dome in Game 2 for a 10-6 win. But the next day, last Sunday, back here at the Inola Lagoa Arena, it was a 10-6 win for the Bucks with a very strong performance. Muskies up into the offensive zone. Jacob Rouet. Little fake, but hangs on to the ball, gives it off to Thomas. Tanner Cook coming out of the corner around the screen. It's on the back side of the mesh after going off the boards. So Clark Peterson will be heading to South America on Friday to be part of the Canadian team for the Pan Am Field Lacrosse Championships. He just passed that ball across to Eccleston. That's a big loss. Eccleston scores! Great finish from Eccleston, driving down the middle. Nice little fake cross step. Beats Joe Hall, who's out playing some defense tonight. He can play anything. He's mostly known as a forward. He's playing defense. He actually stepped in and played net during the season once. That's a backup. Great finish by Eccleston. It's 2-0 Bucks. Maybe more important than Clark Peterson is the other pair of key players. Justin Martin, the defender, number 24, wearing his Toronto Rock helmet to the right of the screen. He'll come into the screen any second. There he comes, right there. Oh, and we have a penalty. Illegal cross-check coming. But the third player who is going is Sugga Thompson, the goaltender, who has been an absolute stalwart. Let's see what this play was along the boards, off the face-off. It's going to come right there. Ashton Jacobs for boarding. It's a minor, I believe. Yes, just a minor, as you can see up on the board. Power play, the first of the game to the Muskies. Rogers gets it back. Over to Cook. Hard rip just went off of Sugga Thompson's leg. Back to Rogers behind the back. That's Vaughn Harris. Going back to Harris. Hard rip off the foot of Thompson up to play fresh 30. And the ball started with Dylan Martin here. Skylar Thomas, they are watching him carefully. Carter McKenzie, number 77 on him. Thomas is behind the net. That opens up some space for Cook, but he's stopped by Sugga Thompson. Oh, that one's just a little launched from McKenzie. He'll head back to D and head back to the penalty kill. Lots of time left on this Muskies power play. Ball flipped over there to Cook. Again, Cook leading the semifinal series with 5 goals, 5 assists for 10 points. He just contributed tons every time he has been in the lineup for the Muskies this year. What an addition to the defending champions. Of course, Nick Damoud between the pipes for the Muskies, the reigning MVP of the President's Cup last year in Whitby at the Iroquois Park Sports Center. Fantastic for them. They had a great team defense as well in front of them. I felt like they might have gone with Damoud because you just can't pick the whole defense as the MVP. He was fantastic. Absolutely deserved it. Here's Liam Aston. They're going to need a lot from him. He has no goals, 1 assist in their 3-game series against Kahnawake. With Sean Evans not playing, Aston needs to step up. They're really going to need some production from him. Challen Rogers, look like he was thinking about having a rip. They come over to Vaughn Harris. Back door, it's tipped away. It does come back to Rouet, though. Up to Rogers. Rips one, it's wide. Almost grabbed by Gasparetti. It bounces back to Sugga Thompson. Ashton Jacobs is released. There's a lot of activity over by the bench. Somebody yelling too many. I think it was okay. That shot tipped away. Mallion couldn't get it on target. Caleb Mallion is going to stay down by the crease as it's picked up here by Suggo Swamp. Over to Martin, and now Vaughn Harris, good movement. Big, solid checking from Keldrin King. Not the biggest dude, number 12 in orange, but he plays a rugged game. There's another save, Sugga Thompson, and Gasparetti on the run. About half speed right there. He can fly. Peterson weaving his way through. Pretty good defense there by Conley, trying to strip it, but Peterson gets around, gets that shot off. Willman wants to get to it first. Sky Sunday kind of hesitated, got caught in between. Little no man's land there, but managed to slow down the Muskies at least. Just felt like Sunday could have probably stepped forward and grabbed that ball, but you don't want to find yourself stepping forward and send your opponent on a breakaway. And probably once you hesitate, it's too late. Skylar Thomas. Great shot, over and back, didn't touch anything. Great rip anyway, really good luck, just wide of the net. Bucks will get possession in the far corner. Mark Cardonio couldn't quite handle that. There's a little laugh about it and puts the game face back on. And here we go. Bucks with the ball as we're 8.5 into the first period. I'm Steven Stamp. This is Stamp Lax Productions YouTube presentation of the Three Nations Finals. Great chance for Keeley, just missed, but Clark Peterson tracks it down. Eccleston will fire one, that's wide. Was there a touch? Nope, it's going to be over and back. Muskies still looking for their first. They're going to start over in the near corner, right in the bottom. Ridley Cook with the ball. Thomas and Swamp trying to create some space. There's Swamp, great strip. Justin Martin, but it bounces loose. Now it's going to be picked up and lobbed ahead. Keldron King catches it, spins, shoots. What a save, Nick Damoud. Good work by Malian to get in the way. Very nice pass forward by Jaden Ciapara to create that chance as well. But here's Skylar Thomas back on the attack. A little over 9 minutes in. This is game one of the best of 5 finals. Great drive, but another save by Saga Thompson. I've talked about how he is going to go high in the NLL draft. I'd be stunned if he gets past the first half of the first round. That'd be number 10. You'd have to say it's 21 picks in the first round, I believe. 2021. I think it's 21. Fair number of compensatory picks. Of course, that all depends on what happens. Shot by Liam Aston with the Ottawa Black Bears and Philadelphia Wings, both in limbo at the moment. They also happen to have the first 2 picks in the draft. So who knows what's going to happen come September 10th. Eccleston takes this one, flips it across to Clark Peterson. Peterson dances through but misses on the shot. Good defensive pressure there from Jerry Stotts. He also will be going to the Pan American Field Lacrosse Championships, playing for the Haudenosaunee. Of course, Saga Thompson and Justin Martin played in Haudenosaunee. Justin Martin goes by Skahenda Martin when he's playing for the national side. That is his full name. Challen Rogers, nice behind the back feed, great goal. Jacob Rouet tucks it home. What a finish, what a lovely pass. Smooth little around the back. Nothing telegraphed, that's really important. You see Rogers has eye contact all the time. They just lose Rouet. Great cut for him.
Muskies scored. Number 20, Jacob Rouet. Assisted by number 23.
Muskies with the ball off the face-off. Spin move, no goal, it went in. But Tyler Thomas landing in the crease. We'll take another quick peek at this one while the Muskies just slowly come up the floor. Look at this spin move. Definitely stepped in the crease. We're back to live action. Nice pass out front, but Nick Damoud just stayed home. Took away that lane for Clark Peterson. Thanks to Can-Am Duty Free, the convenience store just across the border, for sponsoring tonight, making tonight's broadcast possible. Here's Torrin Eccleston. He's looking at Francis. We'll give it to him now. A bit of a low pass. Francis gets it. It's a pair of big guys in Francis and Eccleston. Keeley spins underneath. Twister off the right foot of Damoud. Pops straight out to Torrey Gardner. Tanner Thede, number 55 for the Bucks, is out on the floor. He's returning to action after a lengthy suspension. Going to take a pop at Vaughn Harris. He'll head to the bench as the Bucks come up with the ball. Ashton Jacobs flings it ahead. Hard rip is stopped as Sky Sunday gets blocked by Shane Francis. Francis had to recover. Nice job to get back into the play. Eccleston, hard sidearm. Oh, Damoud got just enough of that one. Looking up at the floor, that's a pretty nice one hopper ahead to Skylar Thomas, who's got Martin with him. Goes to the net Martin was open for a second. He does get it to him. Now Thomas is going to find the fifth man out, Vaughn Harris. Oh, great pick, great roll. What a save, though, by Sugga Thompson. Really good two-man game. Keldrin King is on the floor and heading over to the Muskies bench, hopping on his left foot. Clearly something with the right foot, ankle, leg. They're calling the trainer over to see him as he is sitting on the bench behind the board, sitting back there and getting checked out. That pass through doesn't connect. Great defensive play by Derek Hops. Sorry, Zach Hops, 13. Not 3.
Everybody, the concession stand is open.
Good game so far. 12-10 the shots for the Muskies. 2-1 the score for the Bucks. We expect this to be a really good game. They played 4 games this season, split them. Muskies win the first 2, Bucks the next 2, and Peterson trying to extend that lead. Damu traps that one between the foot and the stick. Pass that to Chris Willman.
Chips and drinks. And while you're there, don't forget to get your 50-50 tickets too. Right where you want in the door.
Thomas over to Rogers. Ruel with the lone goal for the Muskies so far. He's got another shot, rips it, stopped. I think it was out front. I think it was blocked, and this one's picked up by the Bucks. Keldrin King still being looked at by the trainer over on the far side. Hopefully he'll be all right. Sky Sunday. Joe Hall had fallen, but pops back up and couldn't quite connect on that pass. They tried to hit the backdoor pass to Jay Chubb, who's playing some offensive shifts. Rouet out of the corner to Swamp. Tanner Cook will rip one. That was not a rip as it ended up bouncing off of Justin Martin. Didn't get through to the net. Tries the dunk, but Sugga Thompson was well ready for that one. And here comes Carter McKenzie, late season addition to the Bucks, and they love what he brings to the game defensively and in transition. You can see how well he can run the floor. Keeley finds Peterson. Peterson with 4 goals and 6 assists in the semifinal series against Gunawage. Howie Francis had to, no, he did step. I thought he'd stepped on the crease line and then played the ball. Trying to stay out. It's hard for us big guys to keep our feet out, honestly. It's easy to get the toes onto the crease line. Here's Rouet over to Thomas, and then Rouet will head in. That pass doesn't connect, but it's tracked down there. Suggo Swamp over to Rogers. The cutter, it was tipped away. Big collision out front, but the Bucks come away with that ball. And Torrin Eccleston along the far boards. Watched closely by Marcus Minichiello. They love having him in the lineup. Very quick, good experience. He is out on Eccleston now. Keeley rolled in, but Curtis Connolly watched in. They go to Sunday. That one's stopped by Nikki Damoud. And the outlet pass for Abby Bomberry. Bouncer ahead to Rouet. Down to 4 minutes to go here in the first. Pretty much what we expected. A tight battle, good defense, skilled offense. Snake Island was getting a defender out, but Malian will head back to the bench as they get the ball back. Cook with a good shot. Skylar Thomas trying to get it. He'll just be pinned by Justin Martin. Great job coming away with Jaden Ciapara. Ciapara on the run. Really strong rookie season after being with the Orangeville Northmen last year. Howie Francis. Wilman's watching him behind the back flip. Went straight to Shane Francis, but it got away from him. And that led to a pretty good chance for Corson Keeley as we near the final 3 minutes. One hand stab to grab that one by Howie Francis. Here's Liam Aston. Watched by Hall. Passes through. Oh, what a save. Francis is really looking sharp and dangerous tonight. But that was Nick Damoud ready for the shot. Dustin Gunderman. Good to see you on the chat. Not going to be able to respond to everyone, but I just saw that. Great to have you on board. Thank you to all 582 of you watching at the moment. Just a heck of a game. Oh, just getting that was Sugga Thompson. A pretty good shot. Long outlet pass. It's Keldron King scores. He is back and he is feeling good. Obviously the trainer did his job because Keldron King comes out. I did not see if he just leaked off the bench to get this, or he's way down the floor already. He is fired up. Look at, there's that pass. Beautiful pass from down in the corner. Nice job, Kerry McMaster on camera to catch this goal. Hard to catch the pass because that pass came from way down in the corner. I think it was Siapara that made that pass. I have to double check on that one. Willman's going to get called for a push in the back, and it'll be Bucks possession. Caleb Mallion didn't, I don't think he heard the whistle, and he was continuing to battle. And another save by DeMood. Got beat twice early, but is really playing well now. Peterson, 20 left on the shot clock, lots of time to play with. Double team, good defense, but Sunday with the rip. They covered Peterson, but they left Sky Sunday all alone. Sunday, who had 3 goals and a pair of assists in the semifinals, gets his first of the championship series. Not even really a pick, they just both, Mallion and Rice, both over on Clark Peterson. You get why. I mean, Clark Peterson's really good. Sky Sunday did set the 1 pick, then started to head over, gets this, and oh, he likes that shot. He is a free agent, by the way. If you need someone for your NLL camp, I was talking to him, I know he'd love to get to a camp and show somebody what he can do. Just wants a chance, as so many guys do. Hopefully we'll have 14 camps opening in a few months. Lots of spots to compete for. Liam Aston over to Howie Francis. Here's Eccleston. That's Eastern time. Oh, what a rip from Torrin Eccleston. And he is on the board. And Eccleston with 5 goals in the semifinals. He was on fire from deep, and he keeps it up. You got to get right out on him, or he can do that to you. Let's watch that one more time. Eccleston with the white helmet. Sorry, the black helmet right there. Has the ball, and just fires it. What a laser to the far top corner.
Bucks goal number 98, Torrin Eccleston. By Howie Francis, number 83.
Muskies get the ball back. Skylar Thomas going to the net, stopped by Sugga Thompson. Up and out of play. Final minute of the first period. Muskies looking to close this gap a bit. A run of goals by the Bucks. 3 goals in a minute 11. Keldron King, Sky Sunday, and then Torrin Eccleston. They're looking for more. Carson Keeley just missed, tried to tap it home. They're going to say he was in the crease. Let's take a quick peek here. Muskies are not pushing towards the net, so let's look. Okay, you know what? He was out of the crease when he shot the second shot, but he'd gone through the crease. He definitely landed on the crease when he came down from the first shot. So that's through the crease and first to play it. Good call by the officials. Right in place, nailed that one. Challen Rogers flips one through, it's picked off. Keldron King, he wants more. All alone, Challen Rogers chasing him. The one-hand lefty shot with just, I don't know if he knew how long he had left. He had about 4 or 5 seconds. Might have thought he had to rush it. Also, he may have thought, you know, Challen Rogers is chasing me down. Keldron King is bent over by the far boards. You can see he's kind of grabbing his right leg.
Don't forget that the concession stand
Yeah, sorry, we missed him there, but he is heading off to the dressing room. He was bent over, kind of feeling that right leg, but he's moving pretty well. Dalen Logan is out on the floor. He and Tanner Thied looking at each other, jawing. They were chatting before the opening face-off. Logan just took his first shift of the game right in the final minute there. He was actually standing at the back of the bench just kind of waiting, and then he went out. Tanner Thied, we might see some fireworks there as this game goes on. For now, we are going to go to the intermission with the score 5-1 for the Akwesasne Bucks. I'm Steven Stamp. Thank you so much, lacrosse friends, for being with us. We'll be back in just under 10 minutes.
How many people are watching?
Was it 500? Welcome back to
back to the second period of game number 1 of the best of 5 series.
welcome back to Cross Friends to game 1
To the state Island Muskies.
of the best of 5 TNSLL
Ball being tripled off the playing field in the
Championship Series.
want everybody to enjoy the game.
It is 5-1 for the visiting Akwesasne Bucks. Tanner Cook going to the net, trying to get the Muskies going. What a start, though. Of course, both these teams do play their home games here at the Nola Lagoa Arena. But
Everybody look from the eastern door and meet. They're having a 3-stick raffle for the
the Muskies are the home side tonight and in game 2 on Friday as the number 1 seed, finishing first in the league with a 9-3 record. Bucks went 7-5. There's a great chance out front. Sky Sunday had one earlier, gets his own rebound after he was stopped by Nick Damoud. Tonight's game is proudly sponsored by Can-Am Duty Free, the first stop off the Canadian Bridge in Akwesasne. Convenient, fast, and stocked with the tobacco vapes and pouches you're looking for. Here's Clark Peterson. He's got Sky Sunday up high. Brian Rice races after him, jars it free. Eccleston, though, is going to get back and take away the breakaway chance. But Vaughn Harris off the bench caused a little bit of a disruption. They're going to call a loose ball push on Eccleston. And now Jerry Stotts getting into it a bit with Tanner Theed. Stotts will shove Theed. Stotts trying to go over and get his stick, and Theed still jawing at him. We saw Dalen Logan, number 46, up on the up in the stands, hugging his daughter and his wife during the intermission. Now he's heading over to Tanner Theed, having to worry. He's grabbing his face mask. They are going to go, or are they? Theed's going to just wrestle him to the ground and get into the mount. Throwing some gloved punches. Logan shoves him down. They are both heading over to the penalty box. Ian Garrison escorting Tanner Theed. Logan wants to go get his gear, or he wants to get to Theed. Actually, it looks like they were heading to the wrong boxes. So they will be in the boxes for, we'll see how long they go out for. If you are coming across the bridge from Cornwall, make the Can-Am Duty Free your first stop for savings on tobacco, vape products, pouches, and more. You can also save on every trip with duty-free pricing, and they have convenient drive-through service, fast, easy, and ready when you are. Tanner Theed tried to close his door over there. He gets it closed, and it will be possession to the Bucks. Oh, it looks like the extra penalty is going to Dalen Logan of the Muskies. The link to the game sheet box score is in the chat right up at the top, so you can go check that out, and we'll see when they pop up what the penalties were, but it is a minor on the board to Dalen Logan. And that's just going to be flung down the floor as the Muskies get possession. So there's another Muskie over in the box serving Jacob's first penalty. As Jacobs and Theed continue jawing at each other from in the penalty boxes. Cook going to the net, shoots, lands in the crease after getting a pretty good shot off, as Saga Thompson has been almost impermeable tonight. Gasparetti over to Sky Sunday. Trying to see who it is over in the box for the Muskies. Might be Tori Gardner. Somebody's number starts with a 2. Could actually be Shane Francis, number 2. But there's a save by Nick Damoud as Clark Peterson got a lot on that one and rolled ahead, finding Jacob Rouet coming off the bench. Von Harris taking his time. Watched there by Zach Hops. Peterson has stayed up the floor. So Adam Bombery stayed there with him. Bombery now coming into the offensive zone. He's right back at center as Von Harris dipsy doodling around the double team. Nice work from Harris to kill that full 30. And the Bucks will come forward with about half a minute to go on this power play. Don't see the penalties up on the game sheet yet, so not sure what they are, as there's nothing on the board for Theed and Logan. So we'll see. Sky Sunday, hard rip stopped by Damoud. They certainly won't be coming out in 1 second, as it is Torrey Gardner released and heading to the bench. So we're back to 5-on-5. Muskies running the ball. Eccleston with some good back checking, but what an effort by Caleb Mallion to work his way up over center, hands it off to Skylar Thomas. He was thinking about letting it rip. He's got Tanner Cook with him. The cutter through the middle, Suggo Swamp caught it in the crease. He was good on the first shot, but caught the rebound as he was still in the purple turf. I forgot the word for a second. Jay Chubbs, 88, he's out there for another offensive shift. Nice pick there, and he rolls out. Not really open, though. Here's Corson Keeley. Twister saved by Damoud's arm. Straight to Howie Francis. Fresh 30 for the Bucks. Keeley, hard sidearm. Damoud got that pinned between his arm and body. If you happen to be looking at the net and seeing some holes, there's 2 layers of mesh. So the first layer here, or the one layer has some holes, but there are 2. Balls generally don't go right through. Tanner Cook flips behind his back to Skylar Thomas, who was one of the top scorers in the league in the regular season. May have actually led the regular season. Here's Challen Rogers with a delayed penalty coming. Damoud is getting to the bench. Extra attacker comes out as they get a fresh 30. Lots of time to work with now. Rogers will take his time. Nice attempt on the back door, but Rouette just missed it. Challen Rogers takes a look at him, goes to Thomas instead. He likes his lane, misses, right out to Rogers. That's up and out of play, and we'll get a chance to see what the call is. It's a slashing penalty on Tyler Armstrong. We'll see if we caught it. I took a replay right after I saw the hand go up. There it is. That's the slash. Pretty late in this replay. Tyler Armstrong, 71, goes through. A little whack to the forearm of Jacob Rouette. And they're going hidden ball trick. You can't do it, though, off the start. So Ian Garrison correctly points to Challen Rogers. You have to, the officials have to let the goalies know, the goalie and the other team know where the ball is to start play on a restart like that. Thomas, nice job grabbing that bounce off the rebounds. Here's Rogers, hard sidearm rip off the post. Beat Sugga Thompson, couldn't beat his red friend. And here is Zach Hops on the run, gets it to Justin Martin, playing with that beautiful wooden stick that he's got. Lobs it back over to Peterson. Still about a minute and a half to go on this penalty. The Bucks in full penalty kill mode, just getting their change made. Martin getting to the bench. Corson Keeley will come out as the 4th penalty killer. Hard shot by Eccleston late in the 30. That'll run out of time. Eccleston's going to pick it up. Is that a reset? That is a reset. Muskies don't like it. I didn't see. I guess it grazed off of Nick Damoud. They're taking their time. Should we just take a quick peek here? You see the reset indicated immediately. Watch, the shot comes through, and there is this reset indication. Heads up play to pick that ball up by the Bucks. Great chance for Peterson, shorthanded. Stopped, though, by Damoud. Jerry Stotts, nice defensive effort there. Jake Gasparetti is pointing at Rouette, trying to indicate where the ball is. Here's Cook over to Rogers. Muskie's trying to get a little sneaky. Pretty good ball movement. Fake, and the shot scores. Von Harris really convincing fake, and then an absolutely gorgeous little underhand shot. You can see the ball, but there's that fake. How does that even go in? Let's watch it again. I don't know where this shot gets in. It's obviously past the left foot of Saga Thompson. Is it outside? I want to look one more. Hope you don't mind. Is it outside and just in the post, or does it come on the inside of the foot? Oh, it's outside. How does that go in? I've watched that 4 times with the live. I still don't know how that found the net. What a shot by Vaughn Harris. 5-2 with the short-handed marker. The power play marker by Vaughn Harris. We are back to even strength. So Tanner Theed has been released from the penalty box, but Dalen Logan is still in there. Still no sign. We're going to just open it up again. That one's not refreshing, so we'll see what the penalties showed up as. No, still no penalties showing. Maybe they don't want to share with us what the calls were. There's a chance out front for Rogers. He and Martin collide. Teammates with the Toronto Rock. Of course, champions of the National Lacrosse League this year. Here's Howie Francis coming around the top. Running out of time, Sky Sunday wanted to fling it into the corner, kind of lost control of it and thought better of it just as the buzzer went. Good decision not to send it at that point, because that would have been delay a game. But he did enough to slow down the Muskies change. They are back out on the attack. Trailing 5-2. Penalty coming out front to Ashton Jacobs, as Jacob Rouet has been borne the brunt of a lot of the physical play from the Bucks. 6 attackers again. Hard shot from Thomas. And it's going to be an illegal cross check this time. See that indication. Here's the place. Ashton Jacobs right on the crease there. Rouet comes through. Oh, yeah. That got up onto the neck. I think if that's on the shoulder, it's probably okay. But Dalen Logan is released now. He's coming across right here. And he's indicating over to the Bucks bench that he wants Tanner Theed to come out. It's going to be a power play, though, for the Muskies. Challen Rogers at the top again as they remain strong right with Vaughn Harrison. There's Jacob Rouet. Cook over to Thomas. Zach Hobson, Justin Martin are down low, or up high. Good movement. Ball's flying around. Tyler Armstrong and Carter McKenzie are down low. They actually switch sides. It is off of Saga Thompson. Yeah, 2 of the officials both agreed. At least one of the Bucks thought it had just gone out cleanly without a touch. Oh, what a quick release. How did he make that save? I thought that was going in as Vaughn Harris trying to paint that top corner. The Muskies really applying some pressure. Of course, the power play is helping. Here's Jacob Rouet. Rogers. Tanner Cook gets the rip. Outlet pass to Justin Martin. Long bouncer ahead to Liam Aston. Still about a minute to go on the Jacobs penalty. Saved by Damoud. It'll be Muskies' possession. Who's got the ball here? There we go. It's Adam Bomberry, number 15. Had himself quite a season here with the Muskies. .20 seconds left on this power play as Rogers is going to go to Cook. He'll sidearm shot off Thompson up in the air. Gasperi had it, and I think the Bucks wanted a checking in the crease, and now they wanted to change an illegal substitution as Shane Francis was out quickly. 3 refs, though, and they are keeping an eye on that. Skylar Thomas has stayed up the floor, so as Jacobs comes out, we're 5-on-5, but 4-on-4 in this end. Jacobs to the bench, and Eccleston comes out. Howie Francis over to Sky Sunday, rips one. That's well wide. It's going to be over and back. Joe Hall gets to the bench to allow Vaughn Harris to come out. He'll scoop that ball up. I'm going to take a quick look at that last shot by Vaughn Harris as they're setting up. Oh, my. Skylar Thompson must have got some of it. What a save. That was a beautiful looking shot. Skylar Thomas over to Vaughn Harris. Harris's pass is picked off. Jake Gasparetti on the run. Carter McKenzie wants it. I don't think Gasparetti thought the lane was there. Good hustle back from Suggo Swamp to take away that breakaway opportunity. So important for your forwards to get back or get to the bench and let the defenders out, depending on exactly where you are on the floor, what the situation is. Hard rip by Aston, but way off target. Ball popped out. Nice little pass ahead. And it leads to a chance for Malian. Great trail check. Keldrin King is just running so fast. He is all over the place, buzzing everywhere. Even after being seen to by the trainer, he is flying around. I think it was Torrey Gardner making that pass out to the corner, by the way. Really nice play. Torrey Gardner can definitely play this game. Francis to Eccleston. Big save. Nick Damoon. What a stop he made. We're going to find Vaughn Harris off the bench. He's getting a pick from Curtis Conley. Pretty solid one, and another one. And then Tyler Armstrong's coming after Conley because he thought that pick was low. So Conley goes right back after him. Conley swats. Big slash on Derek Hobbs. And Armstrong is going to go to the box. Are they both going? I think they got to both go. Yeah, they're both going. Conley was a man on a mission. You're going to have a goalie water break. Look at this battle in front. Conley and Armstrong. Eventually, they're just like, that's enough. We're going to do some 4-on-4. Each of them will get a minor. I want one more look. Oh, that's it. It's the same. It'd be that replay that we've got queued up. So, yeah, you can see how feisty they are in front. And this is, of course, towards the end of a long battle during this possession, as Curtis Conley was going after Justin Martin, and Tyler Armstrong was having none of it. That's not really Tyler Armstrong's role, to mess up with that stuff. So Tyler Armstrong has no hesitations to get involved in the physical stuff. The Bucks penalty bench door doesn't seem to close very well. The Muskies door is closing really well, but both when Theed went over and now with Armstrong over there, looks like the door just kind of not quite closing, is slipping a little open. They've had to push that closed firmly before play can get underway. So we are 4-on-4, roughing for each. Sky Sunday saved by Damoon. Not quite where he wanted that one. A bit too much into the middle of the net. Long outlet pass is knocked away by Sunday. Brian Rice was on the run. Pretty nice slip move by Rice, but great positioning. That's not a loose ball push. As Sunday battling for it. It was picked up momentarily there by Jerry Stotts. You know, Stotts is going to get a little shove to Jake Gasparetti. This is playoff lacrosse, friends. Lacrosse, friends, this is an intense game. Another minute of 4-on-4 here as Peterson gets a pick from Jay Chubb. Shane Francis finding Rogers off the bench. Martin out on him. That's a hold. Pass out to Skylar Thomas with the finish. Delayed penalty, but they didn't have to wait for 6 attackers. Challen Rogers just had to wait for Skylar Thomas. There's no question on this one. But Rogers just keeps fighting through, and Martin actually lost his stick. That's a case where you see why he wants to get the stick back. He probably needed to just run out and pick up Skylar Thomas. I don't think he saw Thomas was so close. Oh, what a move, though. Great job by Thomas to get under the overhead wrap check attempt. and it's 5-3. Muskies creeping back into this after trailing 5-1 when the period began. Those 5 goals came in a couple of bunches in the first period. Torrent Eccleston and Howie Francis, 1 minute apart, 5 and 6 minutes into the game. Then after Jacob Rouet got one for the Muskies, it was 3 goals in a minute 11 for the Bucks in the final 2.5 minutes of that first period. But now Vaughn Harris and then Skylar Thomas getting the Muskies back within 2. And we're going to be back to 5-on-5 in 5 seconds as Liam Aston will flip it up to Sky Sunday. Bit of an advantage here for the Bucks as they are closer, their penalty bench closer to their offensive zone in this period. But that's going to lead to Curtis Conley. He'll just wait for the over and back, pick it up, and is he going to go for the net? No, we're going to have a, I don't know if we have a penalty or, yeah, it's a holding the stick call on Torrey Gardner. I did not see it at all. It was behind the play as the ball came up the floor. So that will send the Bucks to the power play. But this one's flying by. 5:07 to go in the second. Great lacrosse game. We'll be back here. Make sure you join us on Stamp Lax Productions on YouTube on Friday night, 8 o'clock once again. Game 3 is Sunday at 2. I will actually be in New Brunswick at that point as we are streaming the Founders Cup for Lacrosse Canada on Lacrosse Canada TV. Clark Peterson with a hard rip. It's wide though. Nice pass ahead, and Brian Rice is gone. You won't catch him. Can they stop him? Yes. Nice save by Saga Thompson. Scooped up by Eccleston. But yeah, we're working to sort that out. Make sure we're bringing you this great series. Here's Clark Peterson. Pass doesn't quite connect with Sky Sunday. Here's Conley on the run. He's heading for the net. Martin gets out to him. Martin pretty careful this time to avoid another penalty. And the Bucks are going to go back to their man advantage setup as Gaspare will hand it off to Liam Aston. They're going strong right as Sky Sunday is the 5th guy out, and he'll get the ball now. Down to Peterson. Liam Aston is at the top. Howie Francis at the shooter spot and Torrent Eccleston down low. You got Mallion and Stotts up high in the penalty kill. Nice shot, but a good save by Damoud. It was Willman and Bomberry, the low man. Bomberry's outlet pass finds Mallion. Thought Mallion was just going to roll that to Challen Rogers, but he will wait and pass it to him instead. Half a minute to go in the penalty. 5-3 still for the Bucks. The winner of this series, best of 5, goes to the President's Cup. The Muskies are the defending champions, and they've added Tanner Cook and Challen Rogers to the roster. That's pretty good. Bucks with just 8 seconds left on the power play. I don't think they're going to take a shot here. Unless it's, it would have to be right there. Oh, you can't take that. Torrey Gardner's released from the penalty box in a breakaway. That's why you don't take that shot. But it works out okay as Carter McKenzie hustles back, gets the ball away from Torrey Gardner. You might worry a little bit less if it's Gardner than if it was, say Skylar Thomas. You absolutely would not take that shot. I wouldn't take it anyway, but they might be telling Sky Sunday, hey, take it earlier or don't take it then. Here's Liam Aston. Eccleston gets a pick. The roll is there, but it's up high. I thought Eccleston actually stepped in the crease there. You hear somebody down below yelling crease, but the 30's going to expire, and it's Muskie's ball. Muskie's coming forward. Some pressure from Eccleston. That's going to be an illegal pick as Willman and Bomberry combine to return the physical play. We are at even strength with the Bucks on the offensive end of the floor. Tight chance for Corson Keeley. Got away, diving attempt. Oh, a big check from Bomberry and another onto Eccleston. Everyone's squaring off. Nick Damoud is down on the floor, and Mallion is going after Sky Sunday. All right, they're going to drop everything and chuck them. We got another fight behind the net. Just zoom back a bit. Let's try and get everything. Get Abby Bomberry in the crease. Just get everything you can here. This is mayhem. Jerry Stotts is dragging on on Corson Keeley. Sunday still chucking bombs. Oh, lands a big one on Malian and another one. Malian throws another hit from Sunday. Abby Bomberry still having words. And I think they are done. Malian and Sky Sunday are worn out. They will go to the dressing rooms. I think Bomberry going as well. We'll see who all is here. Bomberry talking to Tanner Theed. Theed is leaning over the bench. Abby Bomberry trying to get to him. Oh, and Abby Bomberry, I think, just pointed at Sugga Thompson. I hope that was not. I hope that's not it. Do not go after just because Damoud got hurt. I hate it. And Nick Damoud, hang on, we got so much to see. Nick Damoud to the right here. You can see him limping, the goaltender, as he walks around. Hopefully he is okay. As we go back to the penalty box, the officials are talking. I'm just going to take a peek. As Abby Bomberry, I respect him a ton, but if he's pointing at Sugga Thompson, I don't like that. I hope he's pointed at the bench or at Tanner Theed or whoever's got John at him. Jerry Scotch is screaming, and he's gone. Ian Garrison has just tossed him. And this could get kind of out of hand. We've got 2 minutes to go in the second. Malian, of course, he's coming across. I mean, he'd gone to the penalty box. You do get thrown out for fighting. So he and Sky Sunday are definitely gone. And Howie Francis is delivering Sky Sunday's stick over to someone, so he will have it in the dressing room. Nick Damoud is still limping around, looks a little bit better. Looks like he's staying in. Honestly, I just hope that there's no retribution taken on Sugga Thompson. If you're going to fight somebody, go after whoever you like that you think caused that. And then, no question, looked like Eccleston went in. I don't have a replay of that because there was just so much going on. I didn't want to lose anything. But wow. This is going to take a while. As the officials, you can see as we zoom in a bit, you can see Ian Garrison just explaining. As we zoom in a bit on the officials, you can see that Ian Garrison is explaining everything to the scorekeeper. And good luck to them getting that. Good luck to them figuring it all out and getting everything up on the board. So what happened in the second there, a minute and a half in, was Logan and Theed each took minors for roughing, but Dale and Logan also had a major for roughing. I don't know why that wound up in a 2-minute power play. Maybe that's wrong, because if they each got minors and you got the major, it should have actually been a 5-minute power play for the Muskies, I think. If you just have the minor and the major, then 3 minutes goes up on the board for a power play. No, that's only at the end of the game if you don't have time for the whole thing. What you would do is serve the minor and the major would start serving when the 2 minutes ends, then you go to the power play for 3 minutes. If it's in the last 5 minutes of a game, it is 3 minutes up on the board immediately because the major couldn't be served in its entirety. You can check out the whole schedule for this series, which I would have to say the interest is probably ramping up a little bit. I'm not sure what's going to happen today. It's a close game, 5-3, but the Muskies with Stotts and Malian both out. And Sky Sunday out for the Bucks. Are the Muskies going to be a little short on runners? They're certainly going to be motivated. You can go to the game sheet. I think where you are on the game sheet, just go back and go to the games list. You can list all games, all statuses, or you can pick scheduled. So we will see that on Friday, August the 14th at 8 p.m., we're back here at the Turtle Dome, as we are for all up to 5 games of the series. That will be another Muskies home game at 8 p.m. Sunday the 16th, the Bucks turn to be at home. They will come over. They have been going opposite sides of the floor, switching. So the Bucks, I believe, will come to this dressing room right underneath us and be the home team for Game 3, which is Sunday at 2. If needed, Game 4 will be Tuesday, August the 18th. That's an 8 p.m. start. The Bucks are the home team for that again. Then there's a fifth game, a decider to see who goes to the President's Cup. It will be a Muskies home game here, of course, at Enola Lagoa. And that will be Thursday, August the 20th at 8 p.m. You can go back and watch the whole season of Bucks and several Muskies games here at the Turtle Dome and the semifinal series of the Bucks and the Ganawage Mohawks. So as of right now, we've got 2 5-minute penalties up on the board to the Muskies. And you don't put up fighting penalties. So there's going to be a penalty shot, is what we're going to see. Clark Peterson is out there. Obviously, there are more. Dalen Logan's going to go serve a penalty for the Muskies. Someone is already in the box. That would be Torrey Gardner is in there, and Dalen Logan going to serve one. So, because penalties don't stack, and Dalen Logan's looking at Tanner Thied, here is the penalty shot to Clark Peterson in alone, one-on-one on Nick Damoud. No goal. What a save by Damoud. He is still limping as he gets up. Let's take another look at this. Peterson, methodical in towards the crease. Few fakes, tries to go back against the green. Nice save. Now, we'll have another penalty shot. If you go to the box score, you'll be able to see what all the penalties were, and you'll see why. We have back-to-back penalty shots. Peterson bounces 5-hole, scores on this one. And Nick Damoud's heading for the bench. I think he might be done. We'll watch this again, but you can see Damoud is signaling. Let's just watch Damoud as he comes to the bench. Okay, we're going back to the penalty shot. Let's see how Damoud moves as Peterson gets him dancing a little bit, bounces at 5-hole, and Damoud immediately looks to the bench. That would bring Keegan Thomas in. Yeah, Damoud is going to the dressing room. Oh, he's just going behind the bench. He's right down below us. He's got his helmet off, but he is staying here, and the trainer is working with him. So, 1 goal on the 2 penalty shots by Clark Peterson, and there are 2 5-minute majors up on the board for the Muskies, which means we'll have up to 5 minutes of 5-on-3. And, I mean, they can score 4 goals. After 2 goals, one of the player, well, not the player in the box, but someone would be released and allowed to go. Actually, they are serving the penalties for other players. So the players in the box would get released onto the floor. Well, the player would after 2 goals. I'm not sure which one. I don't know which one's first. Jake Gasparet as the safety valve. It comes over to Peterson, who got that penalty shot goal. Aston down low, takes that pass, going to go back door. Quick stick attempt by Howie Francis. Nice save. Keegan Thomas, that's a tough shot for your first one. What a frying pan to be leaping into as a backup goalie, coming in with a 5-on-3 double majors, and you have that backdoor quick stick as your first shot. Heck of a save by Keegan Thomas. And the shot from Jacob Rouet, no, for Ron Harris. Here's Tanner Thied, flips it ahead.
1 minute left of this period. 1 minute.
Final minute of what has been a very lively second period at 6-3. And the Bucks taking all kinds of time to get their players out on the floor. They've only got 4 guys out there. And Kobe Johnson was trying to send Jaden Ciapara out. Jake Gasparetti popped out. So they almost had an extra man, actually. Would have been a penalty. But a nice job by Keegan Thomas to get that ball and rip it up into the offensive zone as Marcus Minchiello. Penalty coming there. It's to Justin Martin. And let's watch this one again. Somebody's yelling penalty shot. That's not how it works. It'd have to be a breakaway taken away. The other penalty shots were because there were too many penalties to be served. Well, that's not going to be on Martin. That's going to be on Ciapara, right? Is that not in Ciapara? Martin's the one in the blue helmet running with him. Didn't see what it was. We'll hear the call in a minute. Might have just been holding. I thought Ciapara kind of got up high on him in the cross check. It is Martin that goes to the box. So that makes it 4-on-3. Basically the same thing for the team on the power play because you're just leaving a guy up high anyway. Armstrong and Gasparetti on Harrison. That could be another one. Nope, they're going to call loose ball push. So it's a slashing call on Martin. And Dean Thomas has gone to the bench. There's a penalty coming now. That's an over and back. And how is that not called? Well, I guess the period's ending. We're going to get everything sorted out. And good job by the officials to run over and tell the Bucks to not come off the bench. But now, once again, Theed and Logan joining each other. Now Theed's going to go to the dressing room. Logan's still yelling at him. They will go to their respective benches. Exactly 3 minutes left on the two majors to the Muskies. 1:34 left on the Martin from the 6-3. I don't think the fireworks are over, ladies and gentlemen. Come back to join us for the third period in 10 minutes. This is Three Nations Senior Lacrosse League action brought to you on Stamplax YouTube Productions by the Can-Am Convenience Store, Can-Am Duty Free. Can-Am Duty Free is proud to support local athletes, local teams, and our community. Thank you for supporting the businesses that support local sports. Can-Am Duty Free is also home of the Muskies apparel in all sizes. There's a lot of merch out in the lobby tonight and way more at Can-Am Duty Free. Thanks for being with us, lacrosse friends. We'll see you in 9.5 minutes.
Somebody say.
Welcome back, lacrosse friends, to game one of the best of five Three Nations Senior Lacrosse League Championship Series here at the Anoa Lagoa Arena. Brought to you tonight by Can-Am Duty Free. On your next trip across the bridge, stop into Can-Am Duty Free. For duty-free shopping, top tobacco brands, vape products, nicotine pouches, and much more. It's the first stop off the Canadian Bridge. Get yourself, if you're coming across the bridge a lot, get yourself one of the passes. Save 10%. If you're back and forth across the bridge, it's a pretty handy deal. You can get it right at the booth. You have to put at least $30 on. You just show them the card, they swipe it. You don't have to have a bunch of change. Chris Willman, Ashton Jacobs will take the draws. Now, we've got another penalty up, this one to Carter McKenzie. So he is in the box. I'm not sure what that one was. We'll see. So at this point, we're 3-on-3. Still 3 minutes apiece left for those majors. Minute and 34 for the Martin penalty, 2 minutes for McKenzie. But you just saw Nick Damoud heading back to the crease. Keegan Thomas had gone out to the crease, but Damoud just got ready, jogged out. Great to see him come back. What a goalie he is. Reigning most valuable player of the President's Cup as he led the Muskies to the championship last year. Here's Cook, great save, Sugar Thompson. Tell you, if the Bucks were to make their way to the President's Cup, you know they'd have a good chance to win it, and Suga Thompson would have to be one of the favorites, the way he has been playing to compete for that MVP spot. No Sean Evans tonight for the Bucks, but they are doing pretty well without him. They're 3-on-3 here with 8 seconds left. What a spin move. Aston gets the shot off. Really good defensive work by Marcus Minichiello. It's a 2-on-2 with Skylar Thomas. Couple of fakes, steps out, he'll rip that one, miss the net, but he's after the rebound, and it's actually going to be picked up by Cook with Jacobs on him, but Cook going to the net, dives and scores. And Cook goes straight to Skylar Thomas for that celebration. And you can see Cook is excited there because Thomas saw Cook coming and let him get that ball. Really heads up play. And Cook is just a load, leading scorer in the NLL a year ago. And look at that as he drives to the net. It's 6-4. There is so much space out on that floor with this 3-on-3.
Muskie score number 12, Tanner Cook, assisted by number 66, Skylar
Thomas will get the assist.
And also number 13, Brian Rice. Somebody say woo!
There's a shot and a penalty coming to Tanner Theed. It's going to be an illegal cross check. He's going after Cook. And you can hear people yelling at him, now you want to fight, as Dalen Logan's been trying to entice Tanner Theed to drop the mitts. There's no way you're letting Tanner Cook fight. There's Cook with the ball, and there's one and there's another. So Cook is going to get in there and stand up for his smaller teammate. You can see right here, a big check from Theed, but it's this one coming right there that he gets the penalty for. Because they're 3-on-3, there's no penalty shot there. Skylar Thomas backing his way in. Spinning, holding penalty. Coming to Jaden Ciapara. And I don't know what you do to cover Skylar Thomas when he's like that, because he's so hard to pin down. Watch this play. Thomas backing, spins, fakes out to the top, spins, and Siapara didn't, I mean, it's not like he grabbed and dragged him, but definitely kind of reached out. This one will be a penalty shot. Or what are we doing? Yeah, it will. Skylar Thomas with the penalty shot. He took a million of these. Oh no, it's going to be Tanner Cook. I was going to say Skylar Thomas took a ton when he played in the PBLA with the Syracuse Spark, and he was deadly, but they're going to go with Cook. It's a nice finish by Tanner Cook. And a pretty decent little board jump celly. And Thomas is there to say, well done. Tanner Cook goes 5-hole. And we've got ourselves a 1-goal game. So now as we look at the penalty board, so there's a minute 9 left on each of the majors. There's a minute 45 left on Tyler Armstrong's penalty. And now 2 minutes on the Siapara holding call. I'm a little confused why there wasn't a penalty shot in the previous penalty. Well, Talon Rogers, all kinds of spins. Skylar Thomas, he's trying to do it again, but Justin Martin limiting his chances. Vaughn Harris can't quite catch that pass. They've got 8 seconds left. Keldron King overruns him. And Carter McKenzie, who's he going to cover? Did just enough. The shot clock's going to expire. McKenzie will wait and get the free clear here. 36-35 left on the 2 majors. So we're going to see Torrey Gardner and Dalen Logan will be released from the box. And then it's going to be a 5-on-3 for the Muskies this time. Nice chance there for Keeley. Wait. Orson Keeley's wearing 91. I'm not sure if something happened to his number 43 jersey, but that's Keeley over there with the ball right now. Normally 43. Clark Peterson saying, hang on, as the 2 players are released from the penalty box, and Clark Peterson just wants to let the clock tick for as long as possible. 5 left on the shot clock. Now he's going to get a shot on. Saved by Damoud. And Shane Francis will lob that one ahead to Vaughn Harris. 15 seconds in the 5-on-3. And it's not like a 5-on-4 where you don't want to shoot in the last few seconds of the penalty. You can go ahead on this one. Skylar Thomas behind the back. Another behind the back. That shot by Vaughn Harris misses. They've got 10 left on the shot clock. First penalty is over. Armstrong's released. Vaughn Harris has to get away from him. He's frustrated with himself, and that's going to kill all the penalties as the Bucks can just wait for another 8 seconds, and Siapara will be released, and we will be, for the first time in a while, back to 5-on-3. Ooh. Sorry, just noticing the score, 6-5 for Peterborough over Six Nations Stealth in the Meredith Cup Championship Game 3. That is tied up at 1 apiece. I wish there was some way we could be at all these games at once. Meredith Cup's a great series. Here's Skylar Thomas. Boy, that Junior C League has improved so much. Great pass through. Sungo Swamp just misses. Skylar Thomas flips over Siapara, who's going for a run. One of the forwards was back quickly, so Brian Rice was out nice and early to take away that opportunity for a break. Shots now 34-28 for the home Muskies. Keeley taking his time. 8 left on the shot clock. Liam Aston thinking about a shot here. He'll take it on the run. No problem for Damoud. And scooped up by Brian Rice. Joe Hall is on the break. Can't handle that pass, so he's going to scoop it up. Watched by Justin Martin. Flips it behind the back over to Cook. Muskies all about the BTBs here in the third period. We're 5 minutes plus in. 6-5 the score. And Cook trying to fight his way through Justin Martin. Has been huge. Oh, Sungo Swamp. Great pick and roll attempt. Martin gets back, and Saga Thompson makes the stop. Here's Howie Francis. Bucks taking their time. Francis, not sure what he wants to do. He's going to shoot. Saved by Daymond. He's going to come back to Francis, but nice scoop up there by Torrey Gardner. He's on the run. He's a bit of a stick under the face mask from Justin Martin. Gets it to Brian Rice. Really well defended by Clark Peterson, who honestly could probably play defense at a very high level. Oh, goes low on that check, though, on Brian Rice. That's going to be an illegal pick. Keldrin King and Brian Rice have words for each other. Keldrin King has been feisty tonight. Big goal earlier in the game, had another break attempt. What a game, 6-5. Bucks, the visiting team tonight, as they will be Friday. Chubb can't take this pass because he went through the crease. So Peterson will just let it rip. Chubb was the most open guy. Long outlet to Cook. Gets a pick, drives to the net. Oh, what a goal. Tanner Cook is looking spectacular, and he is loving the pick he got from Curtis Conley. Cook off the bench, you can see Conley just waiting for just the right moment. He actually didn't even really get much of a pick as Cook, obviously Tyler Armstrong was aware of it. You can see Armstrong is aware that Conley is coming, kind of focusing on that, and Cook just accelerates, dives, flies through the air, and tucks home his second straight. It's 6-6. We're a third of the way through the third period.
Assisted by number 2, Shane Francis, and number 39, Nick Daymond.
So Nicky Daymond gets one of the assists. Shane Francis, the other, of course, the primary. Howie Francis is going to track that one down as it went off of Nick Daymond all the way back out near the restraining line, the far restraining line, the face-off one, like the near center one. Hard sidearm rip from Zach Hops. Took me a moment to believe it was him. You don't see him up for many offensive shifts, but some guys are gone from this game. You can see the bench is not super deep at this point. About 10 players on the bench. Diving attempt, an increased violation. Think the ball went in. And now it's a penalty coming. Is that Vaughn Harris going? So they're both going, Theed and Harris. I believe the indication is 4-on-4. And now there could be something else coming. Ian Garrison going over to talk to head coach Brett Bucktooth. Leeway Mitchell is the head coach for the Muskies, assisted by Luke Magnan, Derek Stacey, and John White. Bucktooth assisted by Chauncey Hill, Trent Jacobs, and Andy Jamieson. Pass through doesn't quite connect with Clark Peterson. Oh, nice twister by Hops. He's obviously going to be up there for some. Minute and a half left, and you can't really be going out being stupid here because this is an important game and it's all tied up. So I don't know what's going to happen as we get down the stretch. I'll tell you, if somebody gets ahead by a few goals, we might see some things light up. Skylar Thomas, nice pass across. The shot from Rouet was just off target. I think Miles Jacobs got just enough. Now the dive by Skylar Thomas. That is no goal. Crease violation. Let's take a quick peek at it. Here goes Thomas underneath. Gets by Carter McKenzie. So they're saying, I think we got time to watch this once more. He dives. I'm not sure if he stepped on the crease as he dove or if the ball was tied up in Saga Thompson and didn't go in until he stepped into the crease. That is not a holding call. Neither is that. And the Bucks will get the ball. Tyler Armstrong with Curtis Conley all over him. That's not a hold either. I think the standards are changing a little bit for what's getting called here. As we are coming into we're into the final 11 minutes of this third period, 20 seconds left on this 4-on-4. Challen Rogers watched by Justin Martin. Goes underneath. Nice save, Saga Thompson. And Tyler Armstrong is going to run over to the bench and stop there. He looks like he might have strained something a little bit or might have just been tired. It's been a long game. Actually, the game was flying by early on, but obviously slowing down with all the penalties. The explanations of the penalties that the officials had to give to the scorer's bench. Not an explanation so much, just the outline, the details, the layouts. We are back to 5-on-5. Here's Howie Francis with a double pick from Hops, and Peterson gets a shot off. I think it was a little wide. Liam Aston's going to head deep. He's got Peterson really deep, but he'll pass it up top to Derek Hops, number 3. So both Hops brothers on the floor. Peterson's shot is wide, and the 30's going to run out, but it's going to be an over and back first. Shane Francis runs onto it, hands it off to Thomas and sets a pick. Great save by Saga Thompson. That was a heck of a pick by Shane Francis. Really nice job. As you see, Francis just taking Jaden Siapara out, and Siapara actually kind of checking Francis back, almost took himself down. What a battle tonight. Into the final half of the third period.
2230 for $315. One more time.
Peterson behind the back just missed. Damood's going to corral that one. Muskies, still some time on the shot clock. That shot turned aside. It will be a fresh 30. But the Bucks are going to get it and go the other way. Keldon King, checked there by Suggo Swamp, gets away from all. King had a great opportunity to either shoot or get it over to Carter McKenzie. Now we're the other way, and Tanner Cook, who has the last 2 goals for the Muskies, hands it off to Willman. We've seen him play some offense when they're a little shorthanded as well. And Skylar Thomas getting into it with Justin Martin. And that's going to be an illegal pick. Francis moved quickly there by Derek Hops. Rip from Howie Francis, stopped by Damood, but Liam Aston gets it back out to Peterson. Not sure he saw Joe Hall coming right away, but then realized he was there. Nice job protecting the ball and his stick. And the Bucks will go back to the offensive set. Strong right now with Jay Chubb out there is Howie Francis across the top to Peterson. That one's well wide and up into the ceiling. Under 7.5 to go. Tied up at 6. Cook coming out of the corner. Skylar Thomas with a pick and the shot coming across the top by Tanner Cook. Natural hat trick, and the Muskies have pulled ahead. Thomas hands it off. It's going to be a pick right there. Rips it around the defender. Gasparetti can't believe it. And we are seeing a Muskies lead for the first time in quite a while.
Muskie score number 12.
Now Chris Woolman rumbling in. See a par on him.
Assisted by number 66, Skylar Thomas. And number 23, Jalen Rogers.
That's actually 4 in a row for Tanner Cook.
Somebody say woo! Let's go, Muskies, let's go!
Here's Suggo Swamp. He's got Cook. The hot hand passes it off to Rouet. Rogers with a big pick for him and another. They come to Cook again. Rips it. That was blocked by Siapara. So only 5 left on the shot clock. Illegal pick. Siapara, that's a rough shift for him. Let him get flattened here. Oh, he just missed it. Oh no, here it is. Boom! That's a big pick. 6 minutes to go. 7-6 the score. Sidearm rip from Derek Hops. Thomas steps back, flips it over to Vaughn Harris. That's going to be another illegal pick there. One goal lead for the Muskies. Bucks looking to even that up. Peterson, that one's blocked out front. Did it touch it? Did not. It was just stick on stick from Willman. Great play. It was 5-1 for the Bucks after the first period. You can hear the screaming for too many. And we are going to have it on the Bucks. Before they head out, you can see there's all the Bucks running to the bench, which, by the way, the worst thing you can do, because you'll look guilty, just get somebody off the floor. That is huge with a 1-goal Muskies lead. They are going to go to the power play. So yeah, it was 5-1 after the first for the Bucks, 6-3 after the second, and since then, it has been the Tanner Cook show. Muskies looking to add a little insurance here.
Akwesasne Bucks, number 12, Caldron King for 2 minute men.
So King will serve the penalty for the Bucks. The up pick's coming. They get it out to Cook. 4 straight goals for him has put the Muskies ahead. They're going to reach it out to Thomas. Justin Martin, Challen Rogers on him. We have seen a lot of those two matching up. Mostly Martin playing in the defensive role. Now it's Rogers' turn. He'll lob it over to Corson Keeley. Peterson's shot wide, or on the far side, is stopped by Nick Damoud. Penalty coming. It's going to be to Brian Rice after the shot by Peterson. So an extra attacker, we're 5-on-5. Yeah, we should be 5-on-5. They're just now sending Derek Hops out, and he'll trot into the play with 11 seconds left here on the shot clock, and that save by Damoud will bring the roughing call to Brian Rice. So that'll make it 4-on-4 for 54 seconds. Bit of a break, or big relief, sure for the Bucks.
number 13 of the Muskies, Brian Rice. 2 minutes for checking from behind.
We heard announced checking from behind. I think it was a roughing call that I saw indicated. That pass back to Aston will get away. He will keep it on the right side of center. Nice job to just stop it and then go back and get it. Here's Skylar Thomas. Drives and stops. Couple of defenders on him. Cook to the net. Oh, big save. Saga Thompson. That could have been 5 in a row. They do get it back, though, as Von Harris tracked it down. Tanner Cook, again, the man of the period, 5 straight goals. This one not a drive to the net, just a rip from distance.
Muskie score, number 12, Tanner Cook. Assisted by number 89, Sabo Lonois Swamp. And number 20, Jacob Ruay. Somebody say woo!
Drive to the net from Peterson. He is doing everything he can, but just not having much luck. And he just takes a couple of deep breaths. He's going to stay up the floor. You can see the frustration on Clark Peterson's face. Challen Rogers will stay back with him. Double team in the corner as there's just a couple seconds left on the Brian Rice penalty. He's released. We're back to 5-on-5 lacrosse. The score 8-6 for the Muskies. Again, they trailed 5-1 after the first period. And Saga Thompson will get that one. It's going to be picked up by Jake Gasparetti. And Sargo Swamp put a lot of effort into that one. Timeout taken by Brett Bucktooth. So with 1:29 to go, Saga Thompson is going to the bench. My guess is he will stay there. And we'll see a 6-on-5 for the Bucks. Brett Bucktooth is out on the floor in the change box, and he's waving Clark Peterson over. So those majors to Bomberry and Malian were both instigator penalties. Eccleston did get a 5-minute major for goalie interference. And then Malian and Sunday, the 5-minute fighting majors. Anyway, a lot was going on. This series is going to stay feisty, I would think. Thanks for being with us, Lacrosse friends. I'm Steven Stamp. This is Stamp Lax Productions on YouTube. Thank you to Can-Am Duty Free for making this broadcast possible. We'll be back Friday for what should be some more great lacrosse and probably some animosity brewing between these clubs. Peterson, backdoor pass, great finish. Howie Francis. And Peterson has been trying to get something going with the shooting, but here he makes a beautiful pass. Just seconds into this power play. Great finish by Howie Francis. It's a 1-goal game with 1:22 to go. Willman and Jacobs. Bucks need another player on the floor. Now they actually need a couple more on the floor. Oh, there they go. They both go out on the defensive end. Ashton Jacobs was saying go up to the O end. Pitch battle. Jacobs tries to rip it out. Willman will pop it out, but Justin Martin is the first one after it. Great check by Jacob Rouet. Gets it to Willman. He can't go back over center now. The face-off exemption is over, but he does a nice job getting it over to Challen Rogers. Here's Tanner Cook. The two Bucks are watching him basically every time he gets near the ball. They've got Carter McKenzie up on Cook, just shadowing him, trying to lock him off. I'm not sure you can lock him off. He'll still get in there. 45 seconds to go. 1 goal game. Thompson to the bench, extra attacker coming out for the Bucks. Peterson, pass behind the net. Francis, back, what a save. Nick Damoud. The pass was to Liam Aston. It got away and Francis can't believe it. Here's the pass. It didn't get through, but the shot by Francis. And I think Howie Francis wished he'd taken a couple of seconds to make sure he had that ball. So with 23.2 to go in regulation time, shots now 37-30 for the Snake Island Muskies, and they lead 8-7. Thanks largely, of course, to the heroic efforts of Tanner Cook. 6-3 the score for the Bucks when the third period started. And then 1:02 in, Tanner Cook scores. 49 seconds later, scores again. Took a while for the next one, almost 6 minutes before he scored yet again. Another 6 minutes later, another goal from Tanner Cook. And then 2 minutes and 20 seconds ago, the huge goal to make the edge 8-6. Howie Francis got one back a minute ago. Now with 23 seconds left, the Muskies have used their timeout. They need to kill 23 seconds. Saga Thompson is out of the net and on the bench for the Bucks. They will double team Challen Rogers. He's got 8 seconds to get over center. They in fact check him well. He'll get it, but the pass is picked up by Carter McKenzie. Here's Clark Peterson. Peterson to King, or sorry, to Siapara. Finds Howie Corson Keeley, scores! Corson Keeley with 7 seconds to go has tied it up. Oh my goodness, Jaden Siapara, all kinds of players out there playing offense you wouldn't necessarily expect. What a pick from Siapara. Watch Jaden Siapara, number 4. Justin Martin will go to set it. Oh, he's just going to look for a pass, but Siapara picking and then celebrating as we are all tied up. Just a few seconds left. Nobody's going to get a chance to get a shot off. So we are going to overtime with the score tied 8-8. Lacrosse Canada rules are you play a full 10-minute. Let's double check that. I believe it's a full 10-minute. Sudden full 10-minute overtime period. Here we go. So a 2-minute break. He's not explaining it. Yeah, it is a full 10-minute overtime period. If it's still tied after that, there's a 3-minute break, and then we go to sudden death. So don't get too excited if somebody scores here, because we'll just keep going. I'm curious what everybody thinks. What kind of overtime you like? I know I have my preferences. Oh, wait a second. Now, I'm seeing we're going 3-on-3. So that was the Three Nations League rules. Was supposed to be 3-on-3, but the Lacrosse Canada rules, full 10 minutes. I'm going to go down and just double check. I'll be back. All right, confirmed. We are at 3-on-3 sudden death. Yep. Got a text from Kerry Goodleaf. So there was a game earlier this year that went to overtime. The Three Nations League rules are 3-on-3 sudden death overtime. It didn't happen. They went with the other rules, so with the 5-on-5. So the discussion after was, hey, we're going to go 3-on-3 next time. But I'm not sure when it should. I think at the President's Cup it would be the full 10-minute, or they might just not even play overtime. They shouldn't. But it's 3-on-3. Skylar Thomas trying to end it. Jalen Rogers misses. It's going to be grabbed by Justin Martin. Brian Rice already out there for the defensive play. Next goal will win it. Peterson backing down on Conley. Flips it. It's too far for Aston. Didn't go through the crease. He's okay. But it's picked up by Brian Rice. Howie Francis may have just saved a breakaway. And now Peterson going. Brian Rice went to the turf. What a pass to get that across to Tanner Cook.
Let's go, Muskies, let's go!
That's Ruet with the ball over to Cook. Obviously the danger was shoots. Stops Second Thompson. And Martin is there to get the loose ball, but what a job by Jacob Ruet to get it. He fights to pick that one up. There's a lot of space out there for Skylar Thomas. Scores! Skylar Thomas ends it. 120 in, 3-on-3 sudden death, and Skylar Thomas is the hero. Here comes the play. How do you defend him with all that space? You don't. What a rip, and he is fired up. The Muskies take game one. And they are racing out to celebrate with Skylar Thomas and to get to Nick Damoud. Let's take one more look at Skylar Thomas ending game one. We are back Friday night, 8 p.m. What a game. What a finish. Woo. Somebody pointing out the Tanner Thied. Yeah, it is Tanner, not Dawson, who does play for the Chiefs. Tanner Thied earlier when Dalen Logan was trying to get him to fight, pointed to the scoreboard, so it was 5-1. And Dalen Logan just pointed to the scoreboard to the Bucks. I'm sure that's not going to get anyone happier, but what a game. Great lacrosse. A lot of shenanigans, but a terrific lacrosse match. Thank you, lacrosse friends, for being with us. Friday night, 8 p.m. You got to be here. We'll see you then. Have a good night.